You are here today because you were meant to hear something that did not come by chance. There are strong moments in life when the heart slows down and quietly becomes full of doubt. Even though deep inside you, in that quiet place where your real truth stays, you have already felt the true answer. This is exactly one of those special moments. What you are about to receive is not just ordinary information or meaningless words. It is a direct and powerful energetic answer to what you have been softly asking the universe for many days, maybe even weeks, in the silent corners of your thoughts. Today, you will come into contact with the exact point where your deepest inner feeling finally meets the reality you have been waiting for such a long time. I know you have felt a special link that goes beyond normal logic and easy explanation. You have sensed a strong magnetic pull and a deep bond with a certain person that cannot be described easily in ordinary words. Sometimes in your weakest times, you believed all of this was just a temporary illusion, a desperate wish from your heart, or a dream made to escape feeling alone. But today I want to tell you one important thing with complete certainty and no doubt at all. This love you have felt, this electric wave moving through your body when you think of this person, and this strange feeling of knowing them forever is not imagination, not coincidence, and certainly not a story you are creating for yourself. There are clear, deep, and steady signs that have shown up in your life, pointing toward a truth you may not have dared to fully accept because of fear of getting hurt. And today, you will finally understand why this person truly loves you, even if their current actions might look different. Your doubts will begin to disappear when you face the undeniable proof inside your own soul. It does not matter if you have recently felt a strange heaviness in your chest, or if this person has become quieter, colder, or more distant. I want you to understand this silence is an important part of the overall message, even if it feels painful and confusing right now. When the universe confirms a connection between two souls, it does so in a way your inner being feels long before your mind can understand it. That is exactly why you are still here, because you needed a confirmation that does not come from empty human words, but from something vibrating at the same level as your spirit. Sometimes we try so hard to explain feelings that were never meant to be solved by the mind, but only to be experienced on a higher level of awareness. What you are feeling right now is not madness, not anxiety, and not an unhealthy attachment as you sometimes fear. What you are going through is the exact process required for someone meant to experience a love that rises above the ordinary kind, a love that breaks the limits of simple surface-level relationships. You are now witnessing the beginning of a deep recognition between two souls that chose each other beyond the physical world long ago, long before you became aware of this life. There is something the universe wants you to take into your heart today. Your doubts are not created by a lack of love from this person. They come from your own old wounds that were never completely healed. When someone with true love enters your life with an energy that shakes your balance and with eyes that seem to see your soul without even touching your body, old pain awakens inside you. Your inner defenses react automatically to what feels unfamiliar and new. The soul recognizes the other instantly, and it feels like meeting its mirror, someone essential for its growth. Yet the mind, trained to avoid pain and protect itself, begins to build walls of doubt and denial. That is why you have so often laid awake at night asking yourself if this love is real, if the other person feels the same, or if you are losing your mind by believing in something you cannot fully see. If you've been feeling a deep soul connection with someone lately, and still the same pattern repeats again and again whenever you try to pull away, when you decide to close your heart and block the feeling and forget everything, something invisible, gentle, but strong pulls you back. This force that keeps you from leaving completely is not weak pride, not emotional dependence, and not stubborn hope. It is the shared vibration of two souls that the universe has quietly aligned without permission, without logic, and without words. You have often asked for a clear sign, stared at the sky, or closed your eyes hoping for confirmation. And even though many signs appeared, they seemed too subtle to trust completely. But today, you will begin to see that every small detail matters a lot. That look that turned away only when it became too revealing. That message that seemed casual but carried a deeper meaning. And the way your energy shifts when this person is near, or even when you simply think about them. True love born from a spiritual connection does not always show itself first through big words or dramatic gestures. Often, especially in the beginning, it speaks through deep, meaningful silence, a silence heavier than saying, "I love you." It shows itself in awkward actions that appear small but hide a powerful inner devotion that has not yet found its voice. Today, life wants you to understand that this person is not unsure about their feelings for you. The one who has been unsure is you, not because you are weak, but because this love entered your life at a time when you were still learning to stand steady and its intensity frightened you. When someone carrying the energy of true love enters your world, they do not shake you to harm you, but to awaken you, to heal you, to turn you inward, and to make you question your own limits about love and connection. This inner transformation can feel like pure fear, but you must understand this fear is not born from missing love, but from the powerful force of what is entering your life. This person looks at you even from a distance with a kindness they cannot fully hide, with a respect that comes naturally, and with a softness that exists only when the heart has already chosen in silence. I know that at some point, maybe even recently, you thought this person was leaving for good, that their silence meant they no longer cared, and their distance was proof that the feeling was fading away. But the universe did not guide you to this moment, just to give you another incomplete story or another wound. When a connection is guided by a higher force, it does not break because of human confusion or temporary silence. What is meant to be holds on even in mental storms, even in unanswered messages, even when you begin to doubt everything as a human being. So why do you feel so much chaos if it is truly real? Because real love does not come to keep you the same. It comes to transform you, to remove illusions, to teach you patience, trust, and faith in what cannot yet be seen. This chaos is a sign of growth, a sign that something old inside you is falling apart, so something true can rise. And one day when the silence ends and the distance fades, you will look back and understand that every moment of doubt was shaping you for the depth of love you were always meant to receive. The answer does not exist outside of you, but within the quiet struggle now taking place between your logic and your deepest self. If you are ready to receive this understanding, then listen with an open heart. The reason you feel so confused even while your soul seems to already know the truth leads to the oldest inner conflict of all. The endless tension between the limited thinking of the ego and the vast wisdom of your true self. This confusion and this inner chaos that sometimes makes you feel like you are imagining everything comes from your mind encountering something it cannot fully control or explain. And yet, despite all the doubt and despite all the questions, something within you continues to recognize, continues to feel, and continues to return to the same truth again and again. Something that does not fit into the old ideas about love you have carried for so long. Your ego is the part of you shaped by fear, past pain, and self-protection. It follows one simple rule to keep you safe from danger. When this connection entered your life, your ego saw it as a threat immediately. Why? Because real love, the kind that comes from the soul, asks you to open completely, to be emotionally exposed, and to surrender without hiding behind expectations. And your ego, still marked by old scars, shouts to be careful because this is too good and this will end in pain. So run now or protect yourself first. From this moment forward, you must learn to recognize the difference between these voices. The loud, anxious noise of the ego and the soft, steady whisper of your intuition. The doubts of the ego always feel urgent, empty, and filled with fear. They show up as tightness in your stomach, as the need to check your phone again and again, searching for proof so you can feel secure. The ego says if they do not call right now, it means they do not care. Or if they do not say exactly what you want to hear, they are pulling away. It carries a heavy, exhausting energy that drains you over time. The voice of your intuition and the wisdom of your soul is the opposite. It feels like a deep calm, like a quiet knowing that remains. Even when doubts appear, even when your mind tells you this person is gone, there is a peaceful truth in your chest whispering. Everything is unfolding as it should. Trust the process because this calm beneath the storm is the clearest proof that what you feel is real and aligned with your highest path. When you feel this peace, you will understand you are not fooling yourself and you are touching something true. This inner conflict is what has made you question whether the connection is real. Look at your emotional past, because if you were once betrayed or abandoned, your ego will project that pain onto the present. It believes that even this person, no matter how pure the bond feels, will hurt you in the same way. So you are not truly doubting their love, but you are doubting your own ability to hold a love this deep without breaking. And that is exactly your lesson. The universe has placed you before this person and this powerful pull so you can face your deepest fears. What you feel is not only here to give you love, but it has come to push you beyond comfort, to shake your limits, and to make you question what you once believed about love and about your own worth. This love is here to lift you to a higher awareness, where you no longer beg for small pieces of affection, but instead accept the fullness your soul deserves. Each time your ego tries to sabotage the bond, it gives you a chance to heal an old wound. When fear and doubt rise, it does not mean love is fading, but it means an old pain is resurfacing so it can finally be released. If you panic, you feed it. But if you stay calm and recognize it as fear, you take away its power. Your connection acts like a strong light, clearing your energy and preparing you to receive more. And remember, no matter how hard you try to walk away, and no matter how many times you force yourself to let go, something inside you always pulls you back. This force is not a chain, but it is the shared vibration of two souls meant to meet in this life. It is so powerful that even when you block it with logic or fight it with ego, it remains like an invisible magnet reminding you of home. But the main question still remains. If the souls know so clearly and if the bond is so strong, why does the other person seem so quiet or distant? The answer lies in the deep energy that forms when two intense souls meet. You must understand that this person is not just a partner, but they are your strongest mirror. Their arrival awakened everything within you that still needs healing. Just as you were shaken, so were they. This bond is so deep and so pure that it touches the most sensitive parts of your unhealed wounds. For the human mind that seeks control, this feels frightening. So the distance is not rejection, but self-protection from the powerful emotions your presence awakens in their heart. In this dynamic, people often speak of the runner and the chaser. The runner, often the one you love, is not running from you, but from themselves and from the depth of the love they feel. They pull away because what they feel is so intense it overwhelms them with fear of not being enough, fear of damaging something precious, and fear of losing control or identity. It is the fear of complete surrender shaped by old wounds of being left or rejected. Wounds that once made a silent promise to never again fall into a love that could break them. That is why the silence is not a lack of care, but a pause, a need to organize the storm within that your presence has stirred. Your role is often the chaser, sometimes only in energy. When you feel the distance, your ego panics and you want to reach out, explain, fix, and prove. But this running and chasing moves in cycles and only makes the distance feel larger, like an invisible force pulling you apart. The more you chase, the more the other feels the need to run. Here one of the strongest spiritual laws appears, and also one of the most difficult, which is the law of letting go in order to draw closer. The universe does not want you to suffer while you wait, but it wants you to use this time to return to yourself and to heal. The runner can only return when they feel that you do not need them to be whole. This means something very clear in energy, because as long as you chase their presence, they will continue running. When you choose yourself and when you stand firmly in your own light, the balance can finally shift. When you stop, turn back toward your own light and begin to shine for yourself, the runner feels the change. The pressure disappears. The space becomes safe and slowly an inner pull begins guiding them back. This pause between you is not a punishment, but it is the greatest alignment the universe can offer. You are apart for a while so each of you can heal in your own way. The source itself clears fear, closes old wounds, and brings order to what now feels like chaos. It does this so your reunion will not be built on need, attachment, or fear, but on strength, fullness, and the conscious choice of two whole souls who choose each other freely. When you focus on your growth and inner calm, you cut the cord of fear that once tied you. You send a message to the universe that you trust your path. You trust your worth, and you know what is meant for you will find its way back. Not through chasing, but through natural alignment. This is the only way to end the cycle of running and chasing. The one you love will not return because you push, but they will be drawn back by your peace, your strength, and your renewed energy. Understand, this distance has no power to destroy what destiny intends to unite. In truth, the space you take now acts like fire on metal because it feels intense and burning, but it only removes what is false. So what remains becomes strong and unbreakable. The bond of mirror souls is nourished by truth. And the truth is that no matter how far they seem to go in the physical world, they cannot escape the echo of your soul. This distance becomes an act of trust in yourself, in the process, and in the love the universe has shaped for you. Keep focusing on your healing because as you do, the other person is doing the same in their own way. Both of you are being prepared, refined, and gently cleared for a meeting that will truly last. When the moment arrives, your connection will feel so grounded that nothing will be able to shake it, because it will be built on mutual respect and inner wholeness. If you still feel this person in your energy, even without calls or messages, it is because they continue to love you in silence and think of you more often than you realize. The small signs you notice each day and the unusual coincidences are the ways the universe shows you that your intuition is real. Now it is time to speak about these quiet confirmations and the synchronicities that reveal their love is just as real as your breath. The human mind always seeks proof, and that is why it searches for clear signs even when the soul already understands. But the universe never leaves you without answers, and it simply speaks in a softer, more subtle language. Its messages do not arrive as contracts or promises, but as synchronicities and inner signals. These are signs that two energies are connected beyond space. The first proof is how deeply you affect this person, because to them you are someone who moves their entire emotional world. Your presence, even for a brief moment, touches parts of them no one else can reach. When they think of you or are near you, they feel either a peace they cannot find anywhere else or a strong restlessness they cannot explain. That is why their actions may seem mixed, but they are not unsure about you, and they are trying to manage the intensity of what you awaken inside them. You guide them back toward their true self, while also revealing what still needs healing within them. True love often reveals itself in quiet moments where words are not required. Look closely, because that is where the magic exists. Notice how they look at you, because their eyes linger on your face a little longer. And even when they are busy, they unconsciously search for you. In conversation, their gaze may drift toward your lips instead of your eyes. And these are not random moments, but signals of the soul. A long silence between you, which would feel uncomfortable with anyone else, feels full here, like a quiet exchange where you can sense each other's presence. This is a sign you are valued and held in their heart, even without spoken words. But the strongest proof lies in synchronicity and emotional telepathy. It goes beyond simply thinking of them and then receiving a message. Synchronicity is when life itself keeps reminding you of them, because you hear a song that feels like your shared story. You see a color, notice a scent, or come across an object that instantly brings them into your mind. And this is not coincidence, but it is the universe moving energy to remind you that you are connected by an invisible thread. Then there is emotional telepathy, which is the connection of souls. Not hearing voices, but sudden waves of feeling, a calm, a sadness, or a warmth that appears without clear reason. And later you realize they felt something strong at that same moment. This is the echo of their soul touching yours. Your souls move in the same rhythm, and energy does not recognize distance. The bond between you remains alive, carrying feelings and thoughts in real time. What you feel in your chest, like pressure, warmth, or sudden calm, is often a reflection of what they are experiencing. One of the clearest signs is meeting in dreams. Because many people see their loved one in deep, vivid dreams, you wake up feeling as if you truly spent time together, and you remember conversations that feel more real than daily life. This is not imagination, because in dreams the ego rests and souls connect freely without fear. But these dreams are real soul encounters, and they bring comfort, clarity, and confirmation of the bond. Waking up at repeating times or opening your eyes with their name already in your mind can also be a sign. It happens because they are thinking of you strongly in that moment, and that energy reaches your soul and gently wakes you so you can feel it. This is not obsession, but this is resonance, because your soul is showing you that you exist in their awareness as well. This connection follows you even into your sleep. Your most important task now is to stop calling these signs coincidences and stop pushing them aside. See them for what they truly are, which are messages from the universe. This love is so real that it moves the laws of attraction and connection to remind you that you are not alone, that you are chosen, and that even in silence, you are deeply loved. You are not chasing anyone, but you are simply vibrating in harmony with the other half of your own energy. You are not a person running after an impossible dream, but you are a soul experiencing the unfolding of a connection that was always meant to find its way into your life. Now that the doubts of the ego are slowly fading, and the quiet signs of the universe have been recognized, it is time to use your inner power to shape this bond with awareness. Doubt and fear are only energetic blocks. And when you doubt, you send out a signal of lack and slow down the love you wish to receive. To clear this block, doubt must be replaced with trust and calm certainty. That is why you are being invited now into a simple act of opening, not a complex ritual, but a clear decision made from your heart. Remember, when you speak with belief and from deep within you align your energy with what is already meant for you. You tell the universe, I understand and I trust what is unfolding. In that moment, your heart opens to give and receive what once felt distant or closed. As you take these truths into yourself, let go of trying to control when, how, or in what way this person returns to you. Instead, trust the higher plan as an act of faith and as a quiet certainty. Choose to accept and trust the alignment of the universe. With this choice, you release pressure from the connection. You drop the need to control and open the door for a natural, effortless flow. Doubt begins to fade and certainty grows in its place. When you do this, your path continues to unfold because you have shown that you are ready for what comes next. You are now entering one of the most beautiful and least understood phases of this journey, which is conscious preparation. A love this powerful does not come just to make you feel good or decorate your life, but it comes to transform you, to raise your awareness, and to prepare you for a love that is steady, real, and lasting. The universe is a precise creator, and it would never bring such a deep union at a time of weakness or confusion. See this space between you as the polishing of two mirrors. Each one is refined separately so that later the shared reflection becomes clear and true. This process of cleansing is happening within you and also within the other person. This love has guided you inward to see your cracks and heal old wounds. Each time fear rises, you are given a chance to choose trust. And each time your ego wants to react, you are given the opportunity to choose peace and self-worth. You are learning to stop sending out the energy of lack. Before you may have hoped this person would complete you, now you are learning to feel whole on your own, to become your own source of light. In doing this, you become a strong magnet for love, not from need but from completeness. You are being shaped to receive a love that does not break, a love that carries depth, balance, and the courage to remain open. The person who returns will not be the same as the one who stepped away, because they will be stronger, more aware, and more connected to their heart. But what is happening to them during this time is equally important. They too are moving through a deep healing process, often without even realizing it. They are facing their shadows and the fears that once made them step back. The universe is guiding them to recognize their patterns, to release their defenses, and to slowly open in a way that feels safe to them. This whole experience is preparing both of you for something real and beautiful that will stand strong in the future.